they had more holes this offseason than they've had in years past with Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. So they had to do a lot. Do you think they did enough?
You can't win a Super Bowl if your quarterback is terrible. It happens.
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily rare.
We won 2 Super Bowls without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you know, it'd be a lot easier having Tyreek Hill on the goddamn offense.
Two things can be true at the same time. The Chiefs are a really good team. The Raiders are an absolute disaster.
It's that football show here on KC Sports Network. Tucker Franklin hanging out with Matt Verderame for your Monday edition of that football show. Thank you to our partners, Ben Holiday, Bald & Bond Bourbon. Matt, how are you doing? How is your weekend, your full weekend of college basketball?
Great. We're recording this before the St. John's Kansas game, so that could change. Yeah. I'm doing better than Gonzaga fans who went down like frauds. But also doing somewhat better than Siena fans who went from being like, hey, we almost beat Duke to now Jerry McNamara's coaching Syracuse.
Right.
So just instantaneously lost like the game and the coach. Mm-hmm. But yeah, good. It was like 80 degrees here on Saturday. Apparently in Kansas City it was almost 100.
91 or 92 is what I think it got up to in Kansas City yesterday. Yeah, it's supposed to get up to, well, it's already been up to our high. 76 is the high today. It's going to get a little bit colder, but I think like down into like high 50s, but then go back right up to like being what it should be around this time. I think great weather.
It's living the dream. Watching some college basketball, hanging out with the kiddos, and just trying to survive. Trying to survive, just like St. John's. Just trying to survive. Just trying to keep it alive. But yeah, man, things are good. If we're being honest with the listeners, I mean, it's just kind of like the calm before the draft storm, if you will. Because I mean, look, realistically, this is going to go out on the 23rd.
Yep.
And if I remember correctly, so the draft is, it's the 23rd of April. So we're a month out now. We're a month out. I'll be at the NFL owners meetings going out there on Saturday. So that'll be cool. But yeah, I mean, we're getting there. Like this month will fly by. You get the pro days. I'm pretty sure this week is actually, there's a handful of like pretty big pro days. LSU's pro day is this week. Miami's with Bain this week. So I expect Bain to have 38-inch arms at his pro day.
If he has anything less, I'm frankly disappointed in Miami's coaching staff, truthfully.
It would be hilarious if they just put out he has like 47-inch arms. Like just something that's like so outrageous, but it's like a bit at this point. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I mean, we've got, free agency is, for all intents and purposes, done.
Yeah, right.
And although we're going to talk about maybe one potential addition that would be interesting for the Chiefs if they decided to snag him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just kind of in the weeds now as we get ready for the draft.
It is. I do want to shout out the NFL. I don't usually shout out the NFL very often, but they really did let March Madness have their shine on the first weekend. They didn't allow any big news to happen. No big news came out to try to steal the spotlight away, as they typically try to do with, what was it, the NBA trade deadline? They're like, oh yeah, let everybody know Bill Belichick's not in the Hall of Fame. Like that was the same day as the NBA trade deadline.
That's right.
And like the NFL does like the spotlight. We know this about the league. They love to be the center of attention, and they just kind of let March Madness have their shine this weekend. And you know what? I appreciated that. I appreciate the NFL stepping aside and letting the little guys have some little light.
I love that for a handful of years, the NBA, you could really argue, including the playoffs, their biggest day of the calendar is Christmas.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the NBA was like, all right, we understand when it clashes with a Saturday or Sunday, like we're gonna take second fiddle. Mm-hmm. And the NFL was like, how about a fucking Wednesday? Yeah. And now they're just done. Mm-hmm. Like the NBA could recreate LeBron and Jordan in their primes, and the NFL would be like Cardinals Saints, and it would do 4 times the rating.
I know.
Which, by the way, did you see? Bad job by me not knowing the source on this one. That the WBC, that the last game or two with the USA did a better rating than any of the NBA Finals games a year ago.
I did see something about that.
That's crazy.
And also, did you see the number one market for the World Baseball Classic was Kansas City?
Mile.
Yeah. Well,
Kansas City's just getting it. Kansas City's a great sports town. Like
It is.
Kansas City, when the World Cup happens, will probably be the most tuned in of any city in the United States.
Oh, 100%.
Like, Kansas City always does massive. I'm always amazed at like the share. For anyone who doesn't know what the share is, like it's like if let's just say 100 TVs are on in Kansas City, like how many like people are tuned into a certain thing. Mm-hmm. When the Chiefs are on primetime, like New York City, like when the Giants are playing, like even when they're good, the share is like 40, 30.
Yeah.
Kansas City's like 75%. Like everyone in the city's watching the game.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah, like I saw the WBC outdid the NBA finals, which I got to tell you, I don't know whether that's a better thing for baseball or a worse thing for basketball.
Yeah. I think I'll err on the side of it being a good thing for baseball.
Okay.
It really did seem like that this World Baseball Classic did a lot for baseball.
That's the juice.
It had a lot.
I'm not going to I watched it because I didn't, but I was too busy with March Madness and football. But it did. But I will say this though, I followed along with it, which normally like I wouldn't even care. I actually was like paying attention to see like who won, who lost, whatever. Italy, my heritage is making a run there with Vinny P and the boys.
Dude, I mean, Vinny having a 3-homer game was so sick. Like him and then just taking espresso shots after hitting home runs. So funny. So funny.
So I wanted somebody to like get brushed back in the Italian teams. Like, I would have watched every second if that had happened.
I watched. Speaking of Italians, I watched The Godfather the other day.
Have you ever seen it before?
Yeah,
Oh,
great movie. And just the opening scene of The Godfather is just like Marlon Brando scratching his lip with his pinky backhanded. It's just like, well, that's fucking Italian.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Oh yeah, it's
lit up at the toll booth. It's fantastic.
I wanted to pull up these numbers again because you brought it up. Fox Sports said an average of 10.784 viewers between Fox and Fox Deportes for World Baseball Classic this year, including the final. The 2026 World Baseball Classic averaged 1.294 viewers across Fox Sports 1, and Fox Sports 2. Okay, which I didn't really even know was like a real thing.
Fox Sports 2.
Yeah.
That's not a real channel.
I mean, what do they air? What is the daytime program like on Fox Sports?
Skip Bayless is on reruns. Like Skip Bayless's opinion of like the draft in like 2017.
I was gonna say like 6 years ago content.
Love Christian Ponder, love him. A+.
So to compare the 2025 finals, which remember everyone was like kind of had their panties in a wad when it was OKC in Indiana because they're like, oh, no one's going to watch the finals, right? Averaged 10.2 million viewers per Nielsen, 10.7 for the World Baseball Classic final. So they did pop up off ahead of the NBA finals. And this is actually really impressive too. In 2023, 4.48 million tuned in to watch USA versus Japan, that final on Fox Sports 1. So 128% increase. Peaked at 12.1 million viewers on Fox. Great tournament, great games all around. But look, the NFL has kind of let all of that play out because there hasn't been a huge groundbreaking story since pretty much the Max Crosby thing. Now that's hard to pale. It's hard to compare to that story because of just the obscurity of the whole thing. And Max Crosby then coming out on his podcast and being like, yeah, the whole thing was really weird.
Which I was going to listen to until I saw it was like 29 minutes. And I was like, buddy, I
2x speed it. You can easily 2x speed it and get everything you need.
I was like, there is no way in hell I'm watching 29 minutes of this. Like, just give me like the Cliff Notes version of what happened.
Yeah. So Max Crosby talked about how it all went down. He had some friends over at the house and was like, got the call from his agent that was like, hey, you're going to get traded. And he was like, okay. He was going to go to the slap boxing, like the slap fight. He was going to go to one of those. I think Dana White's like a part owner. What doesn't surprise me at all that he's a part owner of that. And like he got called, so he didn't end up going to the slap fight. And then Dana White called him and was like, you're getting traded. Which hilarious that he talked about that, by the way. So then he got on a plane. The plane, not a private plane, by the way. They flew him to D.C., first class at least, but they flew him to D.C. and then drove the 2 hours to Baltimore from D.C., which that already should have been firing off some signals, I think. Yeah. He said he got in late because it's a I think 4-hour flight is what he said, but you actually lose the 2 hours. So it's really like 6 hours in total that you're losing going out there. So I think he got in a little bit later on Monday night. They stayed at a hotel. I think this was the same hotel that he said the last time he was out there when he played against Baltimore, he saw a dead body outside of. So that was cool. It wasn't this trip, but it was
not good.
No, welcome to Baltimore. Go track that. I've never been to Baltimore, by the way. So
I guess
been
to Baltimore many times, including for a bachelor party, which
yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, that's a good story.
Just an outrageous time.
So he gets to Baltimore.
Moon just with a guy, a buddy of mine, who by the end of the night was calling himself Captain Blackout, which was accurate.
Oh, yeah.
He ended up like falling asleep outside of a subway. He needed to be carried back, and not like a subway with cars, like a subway like where you get a sandwich.
Like
yeah. Because we needed tuna, and then just blacked out outside of it. We had to carry him out like he was dead.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be blacked out to order the tuna, I think, at Subway.
Yeah. He like woke up the next morning. I was like, what happened? I'm like, well, you blacked out outside of a Subway sandwich shop trying to get a tuna melt at 1:30 a.m. And it didn't work out for you.
Hilarious.
He was very relieved to save this $12.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, to your point, not a lot's been going on in the NFL. Baseball's starting up this week. Got March Madness still rolling. If anybody gives a shit, the NBA playoffs are coming.
True.
As are the NHL playoffs, not for the Devils, who are garbage. So we've got some moving and shaking, but in the NFL right now, it's pretty much about pro days. It's pretty much about how do you feel about, this is the time of year when it's like, hey, so-and-so it's mock draft 23.0, which is always exciting. You shouldn't be allowed under U.S. law to have a mock draft that goes past like 4.0.
I think 4 is probably the max.
I'm trying to be generous here.
How many months are there from? No, I think 4 is probably too much because it's February, right? So February is when the Super Bowl gets done. You shouldn't be doing a mock draft before the Super Bowl.
Okay, so what? 3?
3.
It's like February, March, April. Yeah, I found out my editor is doing the Lord's work. I don't even have to do a mock this year. It's great.
That's awesome.
I'm doing an all trades mock, which is just me making fun of mock draft.
Good.
Which I did last year, and I was like, this will be hilarious. No one will read it. And actually, shout out to everyone who read it. Like a ton of people read it. So now they're like, you're doing this every year.
God, that's the worst thing that happens. Though you're like, I'm going to do this for a joke, and then it actually does well, and you're just like, well, shit, now I have to do it. The
best one I ever did was probably now a decade ago. I was just starting out at Fansided, and then, as a Knicks fan, the Knicks then they sucked, they were at the pinnacle of being horrendous. And the Liberty, if memory serves, were really good in the WNBA. And I wrote a piece, could the Knicks beat the Liberty? And I laid out all the reasons why and why not, and came to the conclusion that despite their size advantage, the Knicks could not, in fact, beat the Liberty. The amount of people who emailed me or DM'd me, and mind you, at this point, I probably 600 followers on Twitter, who were just, you're an idiot. Oh my God. And I'm like, bro, do you not understand the joke here? Yes, obviously every guy in the Knicks is 6'10". I would think, they probably got a little built-in advantage there. But the amount of people who took it seriously, and I was like, this is all you need to know about how much the Knicks suck, is that people are actually defending this. Maybe. So, always a good time to do that. And I remember Tim Tebow got a hit in his first minor league at bat.
That's right.
And I wrote how he's a better athlete than Michael Jordan because he's batting 1,000 and Michael Jordan only hit 250. And some guy responded, "It's like, I know this is rage-made bullshit, but damn it, I'm going to click it." That was back in the day when I was a complete asshole. I was 26 at Fanside. And they're like, do whatever you want. I'm like, all right. Just wrote ridiculous crap. I mean, you can still argue, right, ridiculous crap now, but hopefully not. Anyway, the point is, this is also the time of year for everyone out there just to prepare yourselves. This is the time of year when you're going to start hearing outrageous shit. Hey, you know what? Heard Ty Simpson might go top 5.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
Yeah.
Heard Jeremiah Love like might get to number 15. Like, yeah, he's not gonna. Like, because there's nothing to talk about, people start like overthinking everything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall for it. Like 9 out of 10 of those things are total bullshit, and it's people just talking to talk because they're bored out of their mind.
Yeah, but listen to us, though, because we're going to talk about if the Chiefs actually did enough in free agency before they go into the draft, because
we are going to talk about that.
Because there isn't enough to talk about, so we need to look back a little bit on what the Chiefs did do in free agency.
Correct.
Let's just kind of a quick recap on what the Chiefs did do in free agency. They obviously signed Kenneth Walker. Ken Walker, I believe, he wants to go by Ken, is what I saw. I think so. Ken
by
Walker.
Kenneth?
By Ken.
Ken. Okay.
Ken Walker. Ken Walker III, now the reigning Super Bowl MVP. He is the belle of the ball of the Chiefs free agency. They go out, they get him, they get a running back for Patrick Mahomes and for this offense to use. He is a 3-year, $43.05 million contract. They followed it up by signing Kairos Tonga and Aloy Gilman also on day one. So kind of a busy day one for the Chiefs in terms of external free agents. And then they added Kader Kohu, who is a slot cornerback. Played for the Miami Dolphins, didn't play last year, tore his ACL in training camp, and that's kind of where they've stayed. Now, they've also had Amari DiMarcado they added. He was a vet minimum contract for them to kind of fill its running back depth. They've obviously re-signed Tyquan Thornton and Travis Kelce, but we are talking external free agents here in terms of that. And I do love, look, Matt, you and I were talking about this before we started recording. I love the passion of Chiefs fans. I love how passionate Chiefs fans are. That's what makes us doing this podcast and us covering and talking about the Chiefs so fun, right? Is how passionate everybody is.
Yes, correct.
I don't think that you need that we need to respond to Jack Cochran and Cole Christensen re-signing very minor deals as if the world is ending. I don't think we need to do that. I just want to say that, like, hey, those guys are very bottom of the barrel roster additions. There's no need to freak out about them.
You were talking to somebody who spent the entire month of December screaming into this microphone, like, for the love of God, like, change things over, make things different.
Yeah.
But, like, Jack Cochran's not what I'm talking about. Like, I don't care. Like,
right.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
If they don't sign Jack Cochran, they're going to sign someone else who's just like Jack Cochran. Like, that's like, no team in the league's like, hey, love our 51st guy on the roster. Like, he's a guy, like, it's fine. I don't care. Like, they're not going to go out and get somebody who's like wildly better than Jack Cochran. And by the way, if they do, that guy's going to come as like an undrafted free agent. And if that guy's that good, he'll beat out Jack Cochran. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what'll happen. Like, you're not going into free agency like, hey, sure, we've got to get a run game, but we've got to upgrade Jack Cochran. Like, right. That's not, like, no one's thinking that. And I also think, like, so we were talking about how free agency is essentially over now, which essentially is. Mm-hmm. It's also interesting right now, this time of year, like, so for the Chiefs, for an example, Mike Dana, they've released him. Mm-hmm. He's still a free agent. Mm-hmm. You know who else still a free agent?
Juwan Taylor. So, yeah, like, this is where, like, no one has ripped Juwan Taylor more than me. No one. Okay, I defy anybody to find someone who's given Juwan Taylor more of a hard time about his inability to understand the basic premise of football. Sure.
If you're Brett Veach, like, you call up Juwan Taylor, but hey, man, how do you feel about, like, 1 year and $4 million?
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, where is he getting paid more than that? I mean, Rasheed Walker, who a lot of people, including me, to put my hand up, thought like he's going to get paid, $20 million a year, because we just saw Dan Moore Jr. just get paid $20 million a year.
Yeah, horrible contract.
Hilarious contract. But I'm like, all right, he might get pretty good money. Like, so Rasheed Walker just got 1 year and, well, Spotrac has 1 year and $40 million. That is incorrect.
Yeah, that's
I believe it's 1 year and $4 million. Yeah, 1 year and $4 million. Mm-hmm. Why the hell is Juwan Taylor going to get more than that? Like experience? I mean, like what would it? And if you're the Chiefs and you're really thinking about drafting a right tackle at 9, which I believe that they are absolutely thinking about it, then bro, go sign him for like 1 year, like $4 million, and give him hell. Even put in there like, hey, you start every game this year. We'll give you incentives or X amount of snaps or whatever. Like,
sure, yeah,
fine. If I'm the Chiefs, if I'm that worried about right tackle, yeah, I mean, I don't want to pay Juwan Taylor $28 million, but yeah, I'll give him one and whatever. Hey, sure, man. Like, now that being said, I mean, I don't expect them necessarily to do that, but my point is like, even with a guy like Dana. If they signed Dana to like 1 year and $1.5 million or something.
Yeah.
If they signed Mike Dana and he was coming over from like Miami and you got him for 1 year, $1.5 million, but yeah, all right. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, run it back. That'd be insane. But they're clearly not running it back. Like at this point, anyone who thinks that is insane. Like, have you seen what they've done this offseason? So I also think there does come a point where there's value in the idea of, all right, I mean, can we get Juwan Taylor for $3 million? Because, all right, like, sure.
You get better immediately.
Cap hit, it's $11 million. It beats the hell out of 28.5 or whatever that was.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to take a tackle at 9 in theory, or like it's off the board anyway, you would think. Be hilarious if they signed him and then also drafted a right tackle.
Well,
just depth for days at right tackle, going to the 6-man line.
Well, to your point, like none of these moves happen. Even if we were to talk about like Cam Jordan, right? Cam Jordan's, I think Nate had reported to Nate Taylor, ESPN's Nate Taylor. You guys have probably heard of him. He reported that they could be interested in like a Cam Jordan type signing. None of those happened before the draft. All those that'll probably happen after the draft because it's going to be kind of everyone is kind of in a wait and see in terms of like, okay, who do we draft, and then what holes do we have to then sign a Mike Dana, Juwan Taylor, Cam Jordan, or anything like that. So it's really interesting to think if the Chiefs did enough in free agency to kind of fill the holes that they need to do. And look, they had more holes this offseason than they've had in years past with Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. So they had to do a lot. Do you think they did enough?
So I think there's multiple ways to kind of look at this.
Yeah.
I think they did about everything they could do within reason. Like, yeah, sure. They could have like restructured everybody and their mother and signed Odafe Owe for $100 million. And there comes a point where it's irresponsible. Like there just comes a genuine point where it's like, all right, yeah, this is going to handicap the shit out of us in 2 years from now. Like, there comes a Brandon Bean point. Where it's like
the Bean line.
Yes, the Bean line. Where we've guaranteed DJ Moore $70 million. Like that's like, oh my God. Like why? Where it's like, yes, you're better now, but like at what cost? It's like the Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Like, at what cost? The cost is too high. So I think if you're asking like, did Brett Veach do a good job in free agency? I think the answer is yes. Are they ready to go out right now and win a Super Bowl? No, I don't think so. I mean,
sure, yeah.
I would never rule out a team with Mahomes at quarterback. Like they could just go on some run where he just turns, Tyquan Thornton into Jerry Rice for 3 weeks. Sure.
Yeah.
Till they bench him. But yeah, I mean, look, I think the answer in a weird way is going to come in a month. If they use, we were talking about this before we went on the show. If they're top 40 picks, they're 3 top 40 picks. In some order, if they're an edge rusher, receiver, like a corner, then like, yeah, I think they had a really good offseason. And they've done everything they can do. And look, you're going to have to hit on a couple of those picks and you go forward. But if they take like a right tackle and Kenyon Sadiq and a corner, like I'm going to go out of my mind. Okay, then I would say no.
Yeah.
And that's where, some of these other things come in, like Cam Jordan. If I'm the Chiefs, now I don't know what Cam Jordan wants, or the fact I know it's going to be a 1-year deal. He's like 38 years old.
He's old. Yeah.
The guy had 10.5 sacks last year. By the way, he turns 37 in July, to clean that up. He had 10.5 sacks last year. He's got 132 in his career. This guy's going to Canton. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if he has 6 sacks and 10 quarterback hits next year, I got to tell you, make him the second best edge on this team by a mile, right? Like, and he's a veteran and he's smart and he's been a million games over his career. Like, yeah, man, I'm on board. Like, if he's going to cost 1 year and I don't know, $6 million, just restructure Karlaftis and do it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like that's a restructure that doesn't matter. Like, because the years he has ahead of him and everything, like what it would be, it's fine. You're adding like $1 million a year to his cap. I mean, who cares? That's the one thing I'd like to see them do. Because if they just got somebody in there at the edge opposite Karlaftis, I'd feel a hell of a lot better. But man, right now, you're just staring down the barrel of like, if you don't get an edge rusher early, like, I have no idea who the hell's playing the position. Ashton Gelati?
Yeah. That's who it would be.
He can't be the answer there, man. I'm sorry. I'm not saying he can't be a rotational player. I think he can be.
Yes.
But here, I'm just going to be honest. Like, I think Gelati can be a rotational player. Bro, FAU can't play. Like, let's the next person who says to me on Twitter, like, well, he's still got potential. Bro, he doesn't have potential. He's not good. He's not good. The guy's done absolutely nothing. I know last year he was hurt. I understand all that. Like, he's done nothing. In 34 career games, he has 3 sacks and 14 quarterback hits. Like, yeah, man. Like, the best case, the pie in the sky scenario for him is he's like a poor man's Mike Dammit.
Yeah, from last year.
4 to 5 from last year. Like 4 to 5 sacks in a season, and you're like, all right. Which, yes, if he did that, he would be a rotational. Like, there's no evidence that's happening.
Correct.
There's none. Even the sacks he's had, if memory serves me right, these like coverage sacks where it's like 5 seconds and he just like falls on a guy. Like,
well, a lot of it has been. Remember in the Super Bowl when like he didn't get blocked, and like
that'll help the numbers.
Yeah, and like I think he's a really good defensive end when he doesn't get blocked, and like
when he doesn't get blocked, he is an elite defensive end.
Right.
When someone notices him on the field, his production dwindles drastically. Okay. Like, hey, who's that guy? And then it's just like, the game's over. Right. He can't play. And that's where like Cam Jordan to me, listen, I'm not saying, oh, hey, you got Cam Jordan, you're good now.
Yeah.
But, for what it's worth, Cam Jordan last year played 54% of the snaps. Like, I still think you can play him probably around that number, half the snaps. Mm-hmm. And if Karlaftis is playing 80%, whatever, and then you've got Jordan playing 50%, like, okay, if Gelati plays another 30% of them, that basically leaves you a guy who can play 40, right? I mean, just basic math. Well, all right. I mean, I'll take a rookie that you can get his feet wet at 40 to 50%. And if the guy's really just killing it, great. Give him more as the year goes on. But
yeah. We
know this is a team that, shall we say, doesn't love to force rookies onto the field. Okay?
I'd say that, yeah.
Like, the only time they've ever done that is when they've had absolutely no choice whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Like, that's the only time. So, yeah, look, I just think adding a guy like Cam Jordan is a good player. He's a vet. By the way, I'm pretty sure played for Spagnuolo with the Saints, didn't he?
He would have had to, I think, yeah.
Because Jordan got there in 2012, and I'm pretty sure Spags was there. I mean, I'm just going to look this up quick. Spags was there his rookie year. He was there his rookie season, which, like, granted, I mean, it's 1 year. I'm not going to, it's like massive. He knows more, but I just, and if you're Cam Jordan, I understand if you want to go back to the Saints because it's like, hey, man, I just want to play my whole career in one place. And I can respect
that. Makes sense, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But also, like,
the Saints.
You want to win a Super Bowl? Because, I mean, you're not doing it there. So,
yeah.
I that is the one thing I feel like they have not done in this offseason that I feel like is come on, man. Like, got to do something there.
Yeah.
But where do you feel like? Where do you sit?
I am with you on when it comes to defensive end. And again, like we talked about this a lot. There's two sides to the coin of like, did they do enough? Or, there's that side of did they do enough? And the other side is what could they have done? Right. And when I look at the defensive free agents, they were never really going to pay Jalen Phillips, right? They were never, that guy never really, I don't think, fit what they wanted to do. Odafe Oweh is probably the only other one. They don't like to give contracts to guys over 30 years old. So Trey Hendrickson was kind of already out of the
correct. They were never paying him. No.
So they found themselves with the free agent market in a tough spot of like, okay, who's there? Because like I really don't think it was that great of a free agent class. I'm looking at it right now, just like who all signed. You look at the top 5 guys that have signed being Jalen Phillips, Alec Pierce re-signed with the same team that he was with, right? He signed with the Colts. Trey Hendrickson, Odafe Oweh, and Tyler Linderbaum. They didn't need a center. They could have mixed around in the edge market, but as we just mentioned, those 3 edge rushers, I don't know if they were ever really truly in on. And Alec Pierce was the best wide receiver available. And like none of those guys, I don't really think moved the needle all that much outside. I mean, I think Odafe Oweh would have moved the needle a good amount in terms of like where the Chiefs wanted to do. But as you mentioned, that might handcuff you further on in the future. Like if you go and try to clear a bunch of cap room to make space for Odafe Oweh, that really might hinder you in the future. And if you're trying to play this smart, I think it is when you look at their room, like that edge room is thin. Like it's been thin for a minute and it's still thin and it is thinning.
Yeah, it's been awful.
And they need bodies there more than anything. I think I think we talked about the Mike Dana coming back on like a 1-year minimum deal as well. Like I think maybe a week ago we talked about that. And like that makes sense. They just need bodies in that room because they don't really have a ton of bodies as defensive ends right now, or guys that you trust to even go out there and play defensive end and rush to the passer. They don't have that. So it makes you think maybe when you look at the roster, hey, do they think that one of those edge rushers are going to be there? Do they think that they're going to get an edge rusher at number 9, or if you add a Ruben Bain, if you draft Ruben Bain and then also add Cam Jordan to the room, I feel pretty good, truthfully, about the defensive end room. I'll sit here right now on like March 23rd and say like, if you get Bain and then you add Cam Jordan, I'll feel better
most teams.
Yeah, I'll feel better if you had Cam Jordan than like Mike Dana, right? But like if it's Cam Jordan and Ruben Bain, I feel pretty good about where the Chiefs' defensive front is in that regard. Now the linebackers is going to be another question because I don't know if Jeffrey Boss is a real person, and
neither do the Chiefs, to be fair.
Yeah, and so we'll have to see how that all shakes out. I would love to see him on the football field, but who knows? I
feel like the Chiefs saw him and Noah Williams last year, and like they key card themselves in, and then Spags, who the hell's that guy? Right? They let him in. Yeah. No, listen. I mean, it's you're gonna have to at some point if you're the Chiefs with this linebacker room. I mean, it's Bolton and it's Franklin, and it is nobody. You're gonna have to play him.
Oh yeah, they're at a spot now where like the third linebacker. Who's the third linebacker right now?
It's got to be Boss. It has to be. Who the hell else would it be? McDonald? Cooper McDonald? Like
Tim, or it's Cochran, or it's
if it's Cochran, there should be. Then everybody has a right to rate about the most.
Cole Christensen. There's the other white linebacker. I get those two guys confused in my head all the time.
They're the same person.
Yeah.
And if you combine them both, they're still not good. Like it's like, oh wow, they still have no athleticism.
They still might be as athletic as Nick Bolton. Sorry.
No, Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton's great if he's in a phone booth. Like if he's just
if this was 1990,
he'd be a Hall of Famer. Like Nick Bolton, to his credit, when the Chiefs play teams like Baltimore, he's awesome. Because hey man, go downhill and crack Derrick Henry. Okay, like he's awesome at that. Nick Bolton's a really good tackler. He's a good blitzer. He's a very good player against the run. Like Nick Bolton, the problem, and I actually will defend Nick Bolton here briefly. The problem with Nick Bolton is not so much Nick Bolton. It's the fact that they have this fetish for playing him on third down.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the problem. If they were just common sense enough to just be, hey, you know what? He can't cover anyone. Get him off the field on 3rd and 8. But they're like, well, we need him to communicate. I mean, are the rest of these guys just that dense? Like, the thing that kills me, and look, I am as big of a Spags guy as you're going to find, but I have to be critical of him here. When they got Drew Tranquill back in 2023, Nick Bolton got hurt in week 2 against Jacksonville. People who may not remember that.
Yes, he did.
Got hurt. I think it was like an elbow or it was something with his arm.
I think it was elbow. I think that sounds right. Mm-hmm.
And he missed like a month and a half, 2 months. Nothing happened. Like
they might have got marginally better, actually.
Slapped on the green dot, and you're not going to believe this, was able to walk into the huddle and go, hey, guys, cover 2. Like, right. I don't want to stun anybody, but it was fine. It was fine. Now, don't get me wrong. To be fair, Nick Bolton, they were better that year when he was out there. Like, they were awesome defense that year, but they were fine. Like, the whole world didn't fall apart because Drew Tranquill put a green dot on for like 6 weeks. Like, the world didn't come to an end. The idea that they can't go out there and call a defense without Nick Bolton on the field is just, not only is it patently insane, it's provably false. Like, that's just not the case. We know this because we've seen them. And yet, it's always like, well, got to have Nick out there on 3rd down. It's like,
sure, yeah.
Do we? I mean, do you need to have him out there on 3rd down? Because it feels like Bossa, the guy's a converted safety.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't cover somebody, then why is he on the team? Is that the point? So, I mean, that's... The funny thing is, though, to your point, if they were to sign Cam Jordan and draft Ruben Bain, as much as like we're both sitting here like kind of dog walking the linebacker room, I got to be honest, I think they actually be pretty decent defensively.
I think it'd be better than they were last year.
Yeah, like if your front is Bain, Karlaftis, Jones inside, let's say Norman Lott, and then like the main rotational guys are like Jordan, Gelati, and Tonga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a pretty good line. Like I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay, linebacker, they're definitely thin there, right? You get the 2 guys who, like, to be fair, like, they're fine to start, but like after that, you're like, corner. If they add a top 40 pick, you got that guy, Kohu inside, Noel Williams, Christian Fulton. Like, okay, like that. It's not great, but like it's fine. Like you're not going to get killed with that group.
Sure.
Plus, we'll roll in Shamari Connor for 90% of the snaps, so that'll be good. And then we've got Gilman, Connor, Hicks as your safeties. Like, that's not a bad defense. It's not. I'm not trying to make it out like it's 85 Bears, baby. But like, it also depends too. To be fair, how good are the rookies? Because
100%.
if Bain in the corner are like really good, then it's
like
a damn good defense.
Like a Brendan Cisse or something. The guy who from South Carolina in the second round picked 40.
Yeah. But like, yes, like if you drafted or the kid like Terrell out of Clemson or something.
Yeah. That's 29.
You ended up, and like, let's say it's one of those guys in Bain and they're both really good. Then like, you got a really good defense because now you've got like a stud corner plus Noel Williams, who I think can be a stud if they just play him. Yeah. You've got Jones, Bain, Jordan, Karlaftis. I mean, who's got a better top 4 than that if Bain's really good and Jordan gives you like 6 sacks, you know? I mean, the Rams, a couple other teams, but like, yeah, you feel really good about it. But no, right now, I think the biggest thing they're lacking, they just don't have. Right now, like their second edge is just a disaster. And the thing that scares me is even if Bain's good, like most rookie edge rushers, takes a little while. Yeah. Most dudes don't just come in and just rip up the league and have 12 sacks. Like that's just not. Yeah, that's not reality. It's not usually how this. Like Trayvon Walker's a really good player in Jacksonville. Trayvon Walker was the number 1 overall pick, and as a rookie, he had. Let's pull this up real quick. He played 15 games at 3.5 sacks. Yeah. Like most guys, Justin Houston, when he came into the league, Justin Houston was a damn good edge rusher, over 100 sacks in his career, 5.5 sacks as a rookie. Like it just takes time.
Abdul Carter, a pretty high draft pick from last year.
Yeah.
3rd overall.
Abdul Carter.
4 sacks.
4 sacks. Yeah. And how many quarterback hits? He had 4 sacks, and he had 23 quarterback hits, which is a good amount. But yeah, 4 sacks. I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. Kayvon Thibodeau's another guy. Giants came in. You're like, okay, and he's become a good player and all, but like,
yeah, it's fine.
Rare is the guy. Even as great as Aiden Hutchinson is, I mean, he had 9.5 sacks. That's great for a rookie, and like that's he had 15 quarterback hits. He kind of had an incredible rate of like converting those. My point is, even if Ruben Bain gets drafted and he turns out to be like an all-pro level player, he's probably not having more like 7.5 sacks this year.
Right.
So, yeah, you should get somebody else to.
All right, we got to take a break. We blew past when we needed to take a break. We're going to wrap this up with some quick hitters from around the National Football League that we didn't hit on Friday. Get you headed off into your Monday. Chiefs.
Just a short drive from Kansas City. Experience the history, the heritage, and the bourbon at Holiday Distillery. Tour Missouri's oldest distillery, where real Missouri bourbon is made the old-fashioned way. Walk the grounds, taste the tradition, and take home a bottle of something special. Make the trip, sip the story. Holiday Distillery, Weston, Missouri. Book your tour at holidaydistillery.com.
My name is Terrell Jolly. A lot of people call me TJ, founder and CEO of Integrity Capital Management. So Integrity Capital Management originally started out as a property management firm, but we slowly transitioned to what is described as an incremental development firm that's focused on situational housing. I know most people say affordable, but we believe in creating housing for people that are actually in need and built to the end user. I believe everyone needs a home because when you have home, you have hope. The reality is that when you're building a business, one thing you don't think about is like what a true banking relationship means. And, I had the honor and privilege of meeting Debbie early on in my career when I was just trying to get going. And as a small business, it's really challenging at times because people don't understand the concept or not believe the longevity because you're just getting started. But Debbie was willing to take a chance on me, be patient with me. I almost look at it like a grassroots initiative. She's seen and believe what I'm about. Anybody that's really true about their business and want to get some things done, I would definitely trust hands down Emprise because Deb's team, along with Aaron and Jackie and all the amazing people that work behind the scenes, even from the treasury side, I would say, hey, give them an opportunity because you won't be disappointed and you will actually be in hands that actually somebody care and that will see you from start to finish.
Matt, quick hitters. The first one, Alexander Ovechkin joins Wayne Gretzky as the second player in NHL history to score 1,000 career goals. That just happened as we're recording this podcast.
It's not a small number.
That is a lot of goals.
One of the best stats in all of sports.
I know what you're going to say. It's a good stat.
I'm going to pull it up right now here just to give the exact context. So, like, Gretzky is, for people who don't understand or like watch hockey or care, the guy is just outrageous, right? So, Jaromir Jagr, who literally almost played till he was 50, is second in career points with 1,921. Wayne Gretzky has 2,857. If Wayne Gretzky who by the way is I think you're including playoff goals with 1,000 because
yes, I am.
Okay, because Ovechkin's got the most ever going in today at 922 goals. Mm-hmm. Okay, he has 922 goals, all-time record. Gretzky finished his career at 894 in the regular season. If Wayne Gretzky never scored a goal, he would be the all-time points leader in the NHL. And he's second all time in goals.
Which is bananas.
That is, like, I don't even know what the comp for that is. Like, that's like if some guy led all time in RBI in baseball, but if you removed every RBI he got from a home run, he still was the RBI leader. Like, something like that. Like, it's just out, or like, so-and-so led, as an all-time leader in points scored in the NBA. But like, if you remove every free throw he ever hit, he's still the guy. Like Gretzky's the greatest team sport athlete ever. Like, people talk about, like, there's a LeBron. I'm a Jordan guy all day long, but like, buddy, like, it's like if Jordan averaged 70 a game for like 15. That's like Gretzky. If you score 100 points in hockey for a season, that's an amazing year.
Great year, yeah.
He had 4 years at over 200.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like he had 1 year. I don't want to be wrong with this. He had 100 points after like 39 games or something, or it was even less than that. It was like Christmas or something. He had 100 points. I always laugh when people are like, "Well, what about Connor McDavid? Is he better than Gretzky?" It's like, listen, Connor McDavid's amazing. Like, you watch Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah, Connor McDavid can't win a Stanley Cup either. So
weak. Like when
Canadian.
It's like the Alex Jones that bit that's been going around, like that video.
Yeah.
Where he just like does a word association.
Patriot, yeah.
A scared man. Really?
Really?
I saw somebody do it with like fast food joints.
Yeah.
And it was like Popeyes came up and he's like, scared man. And then they get the hose, like, really? Yeah, he's like, the Canes came like next level. Yeah. I forget what it was some other like McDonald's or whatever. He's like, Moses. Yeah. That video, you can't find anybody who's not a fan of Alex Jones, but that video, when people have dubbed it to like other things, is one of the. I saw somebody do it with shapes, which is the stupidest thing, bro. It's the funniest damn thing. I watched it like 5 times. Yeah, circle, Patriot.
He says eugenicist in one of them.
Yeah, I think he called the trapezoid a eugenicist. What?
It is hilarious in different contexts. You know what I love about the good lifespan of a meme is when you don't know what the original context is.
Which I still don't know what the original context is.
No, I got no clue.
It's a bunch of political figures or whatever, but it's so funny.
It is very funny.
And like some of it for some people, I'm sure would be like somewhat offended by, but bro, it is one of the funniest. Like I saw somebody do it with like players from the Raiders of the last 10 years. Oh my God. Like, obviously, they had a lot of first-round picks that didn't work out. I won't say what he said, but
right,
you can find it. It is, he's like Derek Carr is a traitor. It's awesome.
The way he says "patriot" in it too is also very funny.
I thought the way he says a lot of it's funny, and he's just like, utter disdain throughout the 20 some odd seconds. But my favorite one is just when he gets. I forget who it was. Who the Raiders? He was like a scared man, and I love that. I was like, really. It's fucking kills me every time. Every time, it just slays me. Oh my God! By the way, speaking of being a scared man, Iowa State right now is down 10 to Kentucky.
God bless.
So just throwing that out there. I know this game is obviously over by the time everyone's listening.
Yeah,
but just in case you've gone back in time, it's a 10-point game.
A couple quick hitters I want to hit with you. Yeah. Speaking of scared men, Carson Wentz is back in Minneapolis. He's back with the Vikings. That's a scared man.
I'll tell you who scares everybody in Minnesota.
Yeah, their quarterback room is J.J. McCarthy, Kyler Murray, and Carson Wentz.
Kyler's not exactly a bastion of health. So you're like, God, if he pulls a hamstring, it's over.
All three of those guys are not necessarily healthy gentlemen.
No. Carson Wentz last year basically played through a decapitation. Like, that was at that Chargers game, and like after the game, they're like he blew out both shoulders or whatever the hell happened. And you're like, who the hell was playing him through this?
Yeah.
Like,
they really did not want J.J. McCarthy to play. Is really what it came down to.
One look down the bench like, nah, you gotta stay out there, buddy.
We're good. That did happen. Hollywood Brown, former Chief on the move to Philadelphia. I don't remember if we talked about this on Friday. I don't think that we did, but Hollywood Brown to Philadelphia. Happy trails.
Yeah.
Happy trails to Hollywood Brown.
Apparently, according to this guy who like all he does is like figure out comp picks, apparently this means a 7th rounder for the Chiefs. So
nice.
Okay, cool. That's
also,
good.
Is this true? Is if you sign somebody after the draft, it doesn't count towards the comp pick formula?
Right. Yes.
Okay. So
I don't know if it's right after the draft. There's a certain date in early May. I think it's right after the draft. Yes, it doesn't. At that point, it doesn't count.
So again, that might also go towards like the Cam Jordan thing. If they don't want to forfeit one of if they're really big into their comp picks they have right now, and then they're like loving their comp pick formula. Right. They can't give it up because they want that extra pick.
Right.
Because they traded one away for Justin Fields. Yeah. They were like, hey, maybe we wait until after the draft so it doesn't go against the comp pick formula and we don't have to forfeit a 7th round pick.
Correct. Yeah.
So that could be also be going into it. Okay, Abdul Carter. If you remember last year, Abdul Carter could not pick a number that wasn't retired. Like he just like was.
He wanted to be on Lawrence Taylor.
He was like, "Can I have 56?" Lawrence Taylor was like, "Absolutely not." And then he's like, "Well, what about 11?" And Phil Simms was like, "No, that's my number." And he's like, "I guess I'll be 51," which bad number.
It didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out very well. Now he's going to be 3. Did you see this? He's going to be number 3.
That might even be worse, honestly.
Yeah. I know that. I think you and I probably
numbers guy.
Yeah, I think you and I have different opinions on the numbering mechanisms. I don't necessarily care about like defensive ends wearing number 3, probably because I watch a lot of college football and like they have to because of the size of college football rosters. Like you've got to have duplicates of every number because you have 100 guys on the roster.
Yeah.
And so like it kind of makes sense. I understand why they widened the number rules for the NFL because these teams keep retiring numbers. I think the Chiefs were actually the team that brought that rule change forward because they have so many retired numbers and like, hey, we're running out of numbers to put guys in.
Which is amazing because before this current edition, like, I'm sorry, who's getting their number retired other than like from the late 60s?
That's a great point.
Like Derek Thomas, okay, Will Shields, sure. Like how many other guys are we really driving at here?
They don't retire everyone's number that's in the Ring of Honor, right?
No, God, no.
Okay.
No, that'd be hilarious stuff.
I started thinking about that. I was like, wait a second, that ring's almost full.
No. No, the Chiefs, so they have, let me pull it up here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10.
Okay.
10.
That's
it's
a lot.
It's not a small amount.
No.
So most of them are like fairly obvious. Jan Stenerud, number 3, who, listen, he's a Hall of Fame kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Len Dawson, of course.
Yep.
Emmett Thomas, 18. Abner Haynes, who people probably are like, Abner Haynes was a phenomenal player for the Chiefs.
Machine, yeah.
28. He was there for the first 5 years, running back. Then they have Derek Thomas, obviously, Willie Lanier, Bobby Bell, Buck Buchanan. So like,
I mean, those can stay.
And then there's 2 other ones. So number 33, Stone Johnson. You might be like, who? He tragically passed away. And he died from complications of getting hit in a preseason game.
Yeah, that's right.
And so he's number 33. And then Mackley Hill, who you might be like, that name sounds familiar. He is the namesake of the Chiefs Rookie of the Year award. Mm-hmm. And he died during a knee surgery, which is obviously terrible.
Which is crazy, yeah.
Yeah. And he died in 1965. He was an all-star his rookie year. And he looked, kind of tragically, kind of like Joe Delaney. He looked like a really good young running back. Mm-hmm. By the way, it should be noted, Joe Delaney's number is not officially retired. No one has ever worn 37 since he played with them. So that's basically also retired. And Mackley Hill, by the way, played 2 years. He was a Pro Bowler his first year. But, so they have 10 numbers that are retired and then essentially 11 because no one's wearing number 37.
Right.
They're going to have to make some room in the coming years because I'm guessing no one's wearing 15 again.
Probably not.
7.
Probably not.
I think it's fair to say Chris Jones also.
Being 95 also is going to be retired as well. Okay.
Is there any other number that you'd be like off of this current team that's getting retired?
No, I don't think so.
That's probably it, right?
Yeah. You're not retiring Tyreek Hill's 10.
You guys have worn 10 cents.
Yeah, you're not going to retire that one. Mahomes, they might retire Mahomes' number as soon as he retires. Like if he retires.
They might retire while he's playing. Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are probably the only 3, right? I mean, maybe like if Creed Humphrey continues to play, he has
sure.
He becomes but Will Shields' number isn't retired.
That's a great point.
Neither is Gonzalez's.
Yeah, well, he likes to say that he doesn't care about Kansas City.
Well, stone cold liar.
They did do him dirty, to be fair, but yeah.
Tony Gonzalez, I'll piss off some people in the comments. No one gets more undue hate than Tony Gonzalez in Kansas City.
A lot of people got pissed off at him because in that like tight ends commercial that they were doing about like fucking colon cancer or some shit, he was wearing a Falcons jersey, not a Chiefs jersey.
My God, he played on abject bullshit forever and was
horrible.
Awesome.
They were horrible. Yes.
Give me a break. Like, has anyone? I don't think anyone's. No, somebody's worn 88 cents, right? Like
Jody Fortson, baby.
Jody Fortson, Hemingway. I think Junior Hemingway. What a disgrace to Tony Gonzalez.
Actually, I this is one of my favorite things that Pro Football Reference does is they will list every player that's worn the number.
And the Chiefs are like twisting the knife on Tony.
I mean, yeah. I want to see who has
worn 68 since Shields retired.
That's a good question. I'll go to that next, but I'm just want to see after Tony Gonzalez wore it, they went to Anthony Becht. Wow.
Whoa.
Anthony Becht, shout out Orlando Storm, UFL head coach, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Junior Hemingway wore it then Ross Travis, Jody Fortson, Peyton Hendershot.
Man, not only did they not retire, they
they just gave it to
they dragged that thing through hell.
And Jake Briningstool is technically 88 now for the Chiefs. What number did you want to know? 68?
68.
Okay.
Shields.
Let's see. 68.
They should have retired his number, to be fair.
Yeah, they
played his whole career there.
Will Shields wore it. Then it was Steve Maneri in 2011. In 2014, nobody wore it after 2011, and until Ryan Harris in 2014 wore it. Brian Witzman in 2020 wore it, and then Marcus Harris. I don't know who that motherfucker is. Was he on the team this year?
Oh, my God.
Who is this guy?
Shields and Gonzalez ought to get together and file a class action lawsuit.
They probably should. Holy cow.
So the Chiefs then haven't retired a number since Derek Thomas.
Correct. Yeah.
Those are the only two guys that stand out to me as guys that think should have their numbers retired. Everybody else, I mean, they've had some great players. Deron Cherry. But like Deron Cherry's not in the Hall of Fame. It's kind of hard to like.
Yeah.
I don't know. My guy Otis Taylor, but again, he's like he should be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not.
It's also like because they already have, like you said, like 11 numbers. Like to add more to that is hard because you're taking.
They're
away.
about to.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna add at least 3 more, but
But yeah, I mean, they got a decent amount of them. They had a decent amount of numbers. I know the Bears have a ton, which makes sense to play forever. The Packers. The Seahawks retiring 12 for the fans is the most hilarious thing going.
I think we have a power ranking out there of most like.
We do. The most egregiously retired numbers.
And people got pissed at us, if I remember correctly, because I was like, why the fuck is Nick Collison's number retired for the Thunder? And they're like, well, he's Mr. Thunder. I was like, I don't give a rat's ass. That dude sucks.
Is that a thing?
Nick Collison?
Mr. Thunder?
Oh, yeah, dude. They apparently love him because he was the guy there. And he wasn't good. He was an all-time bench player. He was a glue guy. And they're like, yeah, retires number. What are we doing, man? That's participation trophy culture right there. Whatever.
It should be very hard to get your number retired.
It should be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be some weak trash getting the number. Nick Collison. Disgraceful.
I mean, just people are going to get pissed at me again for shitting on Nick Collison. But anyway, Abdul Carter going to number 3 because he can't wear a retired number.
Can't wear 56. That's unbelievable, man. Like, that's like if some Chiefs quarterback in 20 years gets drafted, he's like, I wear number 15. It's like, what are you kidding me?
No, you
Fuck
cannot,
out of here.
actually.
Like, I'd trade him just for that.
My favorite thing, he's like, okay, I can't wear 56. That's fine. What about 11? It's just like, buddy, we gave you a list of numbers you can't wear, and you chose 2 from that list.
Yeah. It's like a quarterback for the Chiefs down the road being like, all right, not 15. How about 16? It's like, if you want to get hit with a tack hammer? Like, also, like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
Can you imagine 20 years from now, some Chiefs quarterback being like, can I wear number 15? It's like, buddy, I'll tell you right now. You're going to be the second coming of Jesus, okay? Or you're going to get dog walked to no end. Right? You can't wear. It's like being number 4 in Green Bay. Right. You better be really, really good, or like 12 in New England. You imagine Drake May came in and was like, "Hey, can I wear 12?"
They haven't.
Like, yes.
They're not going to retire Brett Favre's number, right?
Oh God, it is, isn't it?
Let me Google check. Let me double check real quick. Oh, yeah, it is.
They have to. Yeah, the guy was, I mean, listen, I'm not defending him as a human being.
Renowned piece of shit, but
A damn good football player.
yeah, look, we can separate the two.
I'll tell you what, though, the Bills quietly removed OJ from their Hall of Fame, their Ring of Honor there.
I mean, look, not everybody rushes for 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. I don't really know, like.
I remember like when all that came out, like there was like this argument. I was like, well, he's found innocent. I'm like, yeah, he was. But I mean, might have to take him off the old Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I don't know if an innocent man makes his kid sign an NDA when he's on his deathbed.
It's not a good sign. No. There's a video. There's been enough time that's passed now. There's a video.
Sure, yeah.
Norm Macdonald on SNL when he was doing Weekend Update.
Yes.
It's like 35 minutes long. And every week from the beginning of the trial till he stopped working at NBC, he would just make a joke about how OJ is guilty.
Uh-huh.
And it got to a point, keep in mind, so OJ worked at NBC before all this happened. He was a sideline reporter, right? Mm-hmm. Had a lot of friends high up at NBC, and they were like, you have to stop doing this. Like, the court case is over. He's found it. And Norm Macdonald's like, no, fuck that. I'm going to keep doing it. And they kept threatening him, and he just kept doing it. And, like, there's, like the jokes range from being, like, somewhat in, like, oh, my God type of taste to, like, just being hilarious. It's like, oh, a new book came out this week. It's Green Eggs and Ham, and OJ did it. And it's, like, it's just, like, the funniest, dumbest shit. And they did it nonstop every Weekend Update for years until they fired him over it.
Yeah.
He just kept doing it. So, yeah, I mean, but in any event, yeah, I mean, Brett Favre, listen, not exactly humanitarian of the year, but
sure.
Yeah, I'm not surprised his number's retired. Yeah, look, as far as the Chiefs go, yeah, I mean, it's like the whole thing with Abdul Carr. It's literally like if you're like, hey, can I wear 15? No. You're like if Abdul Carter got drafted to the Chiefs, like, can I wear 58? Right. Like, buddy, wear anything else. Mm-hmm. Like, we're 00 for all I care. I don't give a shit. Like, what are you, nuts?
Do you think the Chiefs ever will have a 0? Because you can wear a 0 now in the NFL. But I feel like that is very, like Clark would be like, 0? That's not
0's kind of boss.
It's a cool number.
Yeah.
Imagine
double zeros in the NFL.
Really?
Oh, yeah, 00 Jim Otto for the Raiders in the Hall of Fame, the center. Yeah.
Well, my baseball number I wore a lot was 00, just because like how fucking sick is 00? 00 sick, you know?
Yeah, no, there's doubles. Ken Burrow, the Oilers wore it. Jim Otto was a Hall of Fame center for the Raiders. He wore it, 00. Yeah, I mean, there have been guys who have done it. So the Chiefs, I mean, somebody's got to step up to the plate.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to eventually run out of numbers and like, well, you have to be 0.
You're wearing 0. Yeah.
You have to wear number 0. And honestly, Ruben Bain wearing 0 would be kind of sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with him wearing any number at all as long as it's in red and yellow.
Perfect. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of That Football Show. I got no more quick hitters for you. There's not even we are not even going to touch the quote unquote football game that happened on Saturday. I don't even want to talk about it. That's not real, and I refuse to give it attention. Let me go to our podcast reviews. I think I looked at it yesterday and we didn't have any in there. So you guys, wait, it's Monday. I thought it was Friday. Never mind. I'm not looking at it. So you guys got more time to get them in there. Appreciate everybody for listening to the end of this podcast. That's going to do it for us. Thank you to Ben Holiday, Bald and Bond Bourbon. From Verderame and Tucker Franklin, we will talk to you guys on Friday. Hopefully something happens.